All right, and we are back. So, here we are with not necessarily day 2 running through, but day, I think, 5 with the Heroes contract kind of going through casually for me, running through, but trying to get through this as much as possible. There's really nothing else you can do but log in every day and try and get as far as you can. There's no rush to this anyway, so you really, try to get as much as you can. Eventually, you'll hit a barrier where your level is not good enough, so you'll need to level, but then you'll also hit a point where you're going to need gems. So we haven't hit that point yet here, but I wanted to take a moment and show you once you hit the Pagos Coast, we do get a Together with Mona event. And this is an important one to go through because this is going to be another astormon that you're going to add to your team that you're going to be using for quite a while. Dark Mona is a staple in the game, especially for newer players. Around this point. Now, before we jump into that, we have to complete the 5th stage of the Pagos Coast to go through here. And you're going to see something different if you're watching this video past the 7th anniversary, which is August-September time frame of 2023. If you're, let's say, 2024, 2025, wherever you hit these videos, you might not have the same team as I do. Again, we tried to get the Water Persephone in the summoning video, which is something that should be still viable, but again, I can't speak for the future. But we have Water Persephone in here for the critical hit rate. But I also have 2 very good attacking astormon that are given from the anniversary, and that is the Dark Mini Tina and the Dark Mini Sarah. Those are really, really good astormon to add to your teams. Once again, this is why playing during the anniversary and doing the bingo, which is pretty much just letting the game run all day, is important because these astormon will help you. However, I will eventually transition into the team that you're going to be using anyway. I'm just utilizing the astormon that are given out during the anniversary in my team. So your team might look different, but as long as you do have a variant Persephone, if you were unable to get, let's say, a Water Persephone, fire or wood is still a good astormon in here, because again, we're really looking for the crit rate. However, as I explained in that summoning video, again, Water Persephone has more uses than just outside using her for her leadership skill as a variant. But I digress. Let's move on to here. And again, I will be transitioning into the 4-person team that you eventually will be using in here. So, funny right off the bat, we get Miho to capture. The game is just kind of throwing these at me right now. These are good to catch just because A, you can complete Miho for the Astro Guide, and B, you get gems for capturing her. So go ahead and get out here and try and capture her. Again, I don't believe these are scripted, but they might have a higher catch rate. We're on our last one here. Well, we got it, so I'll take the gems. Again, we want to save pretty much everything on the account for things that are going to matter. So every summoning ticket that you get, you got to remember that's 600 gems that you don't have to spend. And after you play the game for a while, you have 16, let's say 16 summon tickets. That's well over what is that even? Almost 10,000 gems worth of summons. So, and that might not sound like too much when it comes down to summoning, but when you're talking about Primo festivals, which you need over 32,000 gems to guarantee yourself a light or a dark, yeah, it can definitely add up. So, and we'll just sell this gem. And with that, the 5th stage is complete, so now we can come back to the map and start the event for the Mona. So Together with Mona was something that Smart Study included in here because this astormon was and still is one of the best early/mid game and arguably even late game. She still is pretty good astormon to utilize. So let's take a look at the missions here. You will be keeping your Dark Mona. Do not use this astormon as, fodder for anything else. Please keep your Dark Mona. This, again, is a very, very good astormon that you will have for a very long time. But we've got Enter the Pagos Coast. We got Capture a Mona, use Friend's Astromon 3 times. We have complete Stage 5 on here. We have Evolve Mona to 1 Evolution 3. We have Golem Dungeon, which we will get through. Plus 10, upgraded gem to plus 12 3 times. Enter the Starstone Dungeon 10 times, okay. Ascend an Astromon to 6 stars. That one's not going to be that hard considering they've unlocked the elemental dungeons. This one used to take a while, but now we don't have to worry about this. Complete floor 8 or above of the Golem dungeon. Okay, all missions complete, and then you get a little special portrait for your account. So pretty cool, but what we're only concerned about here is these first couple ones. So we do have to enter the Pagos Coast to get this Mona, which then we will swap out one of our, I think we'll do Light Victoria, and we'll just add Mona on here. But then we got to capture Astromon, which I think we can do these all on here. Let's go to the EXP bonus stage. Let's take off this. Let's use my Persephone. We now have the auto capture options up. So with this, let's cover the auto caption on here. So as I said before, capturing Astromon is going to net you gems. Gems not only let you do everything in the game, but they also can refill your energy. When I've been asked in the past whether I've been streaming a capture festival or here on YouTube, it's been, how do you keep your energy going? And the simple answer is because I'm using my gems to refill my energy, but I'm also capturing Astromon that give me back gems. So let's cover the categories here that give you gems that you capture. Super rares such as Miho and others on other continents are these ones. These give you gems when you capture them. Legendaries give you gems when you capture them. The exotic is for the capture festivals only. So these are the rare Astromon that show up every month that you can go out there and spend your special Astro chips that you can kind of see over here to capture. Take note, if you do not check the auto capture option, a battle will begin automatically upon encountering the Astromon. So what this is saying is, if I don't have this checked, it will kill the Astromon. So the exotic is only the capture festival. These do not give you gems, but since you're new to the game, you're pretty much going to want to be capturing every exotic out there because these are brand new. Thus, you'll be getting the gems out of the Astro Guide. For me, this is a back and forth, so I don't disagree with people. I do understand where they're coming from, but for me, somebody who races for capture festivals, because I'm not getting any gems from the rares, I don't tend to capture them. However, for you guys, capturing rares is just going to be for building up your Astro Guide to get those one-time gems, but you can also release these after you've built up enough of them to give you gold, fruit, maybe an egg to summon another Astromon. These will also go into rebirth festivals, which are important. So we're going to check this right now because this account is brand new. We want to be able to build up a supply of rare Astromon to evolve, etc., etc. So having pretty much all of these checked for your new player accounts is good. Just be aware you're only going to get gems out of the super rare and the legendary. Let's move into the variants. On the variants, everything down here that I check is going to give you gems, so have all of these checked. You want to capture these Astromon because they give you, again, gems, and that's how you constantly are able to farm. The more gems you get from capturing these rare Astromon, the more you get to feed back into your auto battling as it goes. And once again, if we find a variant exotic, there's no reason not to have this checked. So every checkbox here is going to be on. The last little bit here is use Astro Gems to further recharge Astro Trips when they become depleted. Do not check this. It is a waste of time to spend, or it's a waste of your gems to refill to capture that one legendary. I'll be very blunt with you guys. It does not matter whether you needed one more legendary to complete, let's say, an Anubis to Evo 3 it. It's not worth the 100 gems for one Astro chip every time. I promise you, if you are really going to play Monster Super League, you will see hundreds more of them. So don't waste the gems on here. It's not worth the time to refill those chips because you can only do it 3 times, and if you spend 3 more chips and you don't get the Astromon, you are out 300 gems. 300 gems is half of a summon in the shop on a Primo Festival for a 5-star that you might need in the future. So do not check this. Notify you when a special Astro Chips become depleted during battle. This will just tell you if your Astro Chips are going to be, if you're out of Astro Chips for, let's say, capture festivals. This one doesn't matter either. We're not going to check it. And the last one is just stops auto battle when the Astromon slots are full, so that this way you aren't just automatically killing Astromons because your box back on your ship is full. This one you can do, but generally speaking, keep up on your boxes, keep up on your storage, and you'll never have that problem. So those are the settings we'll run with. And finally, let's get into getting our Mona on our team. Now, once again, if you remember what it said, we need to also capture a Mona on here. Now, this goes into my advice, generally speaking, with capture festivals too, but here you need to run the coast until you see a Mona show up. So that is a rare Astromon. The game calculates every Astromon that spawns individually, so when you hit the wave like we did just now, all 4 of those slots, the game rolled what Astromon it was going to be. So it's never predetermined before you hit start what Astromon are going to show up. It's always right there when you load into the wave. Does the game actually pick what Astromon show up? So we're just going to keep going to the next stage. And again, we needed to use 3 Astromon, so we're just going to keep going with our friends. And it's with this event with the Mona to also maybe take the time and get to the EXP bonus stage and level up some of your Astromon. Again, getting them to max level right now isn't such a priority. I would keep going through the stages until you hit a barrier. So if you hit that barrier and they're only level, like you're only level 20, take some time to get to level 30 and you should be able to punch right through. Especially with you doing this event, getting Dark Mona to level 40, if you've got Persephone and you have, some other good attacker on your team, Mona and Persephone themselves will be a good tag team to go through. So I would take the time to actually level up Mona, so that this way you can, punch through the content and keep moving on with it. Eventually, you're going to want to 6-star your Mona, which we will cover the Ascension and all that, going through the steps that you need to do for that. And then eventually you'll want to farm Super Evolution materials to, I would highly suggest Super Evolving Dark Mona. Again, she is a very, very good Astromon, has been and always probably will be. There is, again, a reason why there's an event for this Astromon specifically. So, and again, just because of the randomness of it, I won't sit here and record me capturing a Mona. Just go out here and run the Pagos Coast. Again, this is why leveling up, taking the opportunity to level up on the EXP bonus stage, running it over and over until you do get a Mona. The game is also providing you a lot of these exotic, whatchamacallits, the exotic increases. So Heroes Dungeons unlock on this one, which I will cover in a separate video. This is just a free 5-star Astromons to have in the game. So this would be a free Water Persephone that you could get. Now it's not variant, but you could use this to feed into your Water Persephone that you already have eventually. So that one is a good one there. Let's see. This is wrong one. Well, I think we'll have to go back to the ship. Sometimes that event doesn't re-show itself. We'll get Mona here. Now, unfortunately for my event, I've already captured a Mona. There was one before, so I'll have to... There it is. Alright, here it is. Pagos Coast. There's our variant Mona. I'll take it. There's our capture. We have our 3 friends. Complete stage 5 of the seabed caves. So that's for that one. So we have to capture. So like I said, I unfortunately I'll have to, cut the video short. I'll have to go out there and do that, but I will make an update in the next video as we progress so you guys see where you're going. But try it. You're going to be working through this yourself and getting through these. When you get all 3 of these, you're going to feed these astormon into your Dark Mona. So this way she is evolution 3 right off the bat. And that's the whole point of the event, is for you to get an evolution 3 Mona right from the get-go. Let's go with that. Pagos Coast on normal is done. Grab another friend request here. And let's go double check what she is. So she's a 3 types gems. She is level 6, which is, I think, scripted, so that's pretty good. Again, her leader is increased allies attack power by 35%. That is really, really good and really powerful. This Mona was just random off there, so let's actually, I don't like grade, I like kinds, so then I can see. I caught another level 6, so this is a water Mona, so this is good, but her gems are pretty bad, so that's a yikes for that. But we will leave that off there. Like I said, your next goal is to just go out there and complete the Mona event while continuing to progress through your story. So I am getting through this, just have to get this stuff done. And moving on to chapter 6 and beyond. So that's your next goal. I will definitely be back here again talking about once we get Valkyrie, and then we moving into the Contract of Light so we can get all that done. Valkyrie is another astormon that you're going to be able to put into your team, so that this way you can have another 5-star on your team. That's a really good attacker. And once again, don't worry about the astormon that you see me using. Eventually, we all will meet with the same astormon on the same teams. You just unfortunately gotta wait the 7 days to log in to get through most of this stuff. So I'm gonna leave that off there here. If you have any questions, put it in the comments below and I will get to it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.